Hello YouTube family, hello internet, welcome to yet another video by yours truly. This one's a vlog. Today's April 1st, I don't really have any jokes planned or anything of that. Today I just want to go to the beach and talk about a few things and play around with a few things. So let's head to the beach. 1, 2, 3, bam, we're here. How good. This is Boomerang Beach, which is about 4 hours north of Sydney, and it's just a lovely little getaway. Isn't that just the best? I apologize about the wind. It is quite windy today. So as some of you may or may not have seen, I am now on the Samsung Galaxy S9 Plus, which is a camera, well yeah, they call it a camera with phone capabilities, which is shit. A camera with phone capabilities. It's got 960 frames per second super slow motion mode, which is something that I've been playing around with and I really love it. Now I saw something while walking through the water yesterday that I really wanted to try out to shoot, which is, you know, when your foot in shallow water, when it's real clear, and your foot slabs down on the sand, everything just comes up. So I want to try and shoot that today with the phone, hence why it's in this bag, even though I believe the phone's rated to be waterproof, but it's salt water and electronics and salt water don't really work well. So I don't know if it's going to work out, but we're going to try it out anyway. I'll show you some drone shots as well, because I mean, look at this place, it is just so beautiful. And we'll talk a little bit about the YouTube channel as well, so happy days, let's get cracking. The tide's gone out quite a while ago, and unfortunately this tide pool that's here is lower on water than I would have wanted it, but it's still pretty clear, and I'm gonna try and dunk the phone in and try and trigger this slow motion. I'll explain to you later how it actually works, how you trigger it, because at first it can be a little bit confusing. Let's see what this looks like. So my main challenge today is how am I going to trigger the slow motion? So I don't know. I'll see if it works and I'll explain to you later. So a little tip, when you take a Ziploc bag to waterproof your phone, make sure that the bag is waterproof. This is an older one, hence the footage looks a bit, you know, faded and some water leaked in. And pretty much the whole phone's wet, which isn't great, but I brought some fresh water to rinse it off. I'm gonna dunk it in the salt water anyway, just like this, because it's really hard to control it, and see if we can get some super slow-mo footage. What I was shooting now was 240 frames per second, but I really want to see what it looks like at 960 frames per second. The issue that I'm having today is that, a lot of birds here, that the tide pool's pretty low, and yesterday it was like this high, so I could actually shoot and see the footage as you would have seen. It's all pretty close to the lens, because I just don't have a lot of space to work with. Alright, I've got to be honest, that was a bit of a fail. You can't control the trigger slow-mo button underwater, so you have to trigger it before, so you got to do this weird balancing act. And yeah, the results, I don't know, I haven't looked at them on the big screen, but I failed so often. And also my umbrella's blowing away. Hey, this video is not growing great so far, god damn it. Oh boy, everything is blowing. So much sand on my phone just then. Everything's blowing away. Right, first up, let's rinse this bad boy. Salt water, obviously incredibly bad for electronics. Still blows me away that phones these days are waterproof. Rinse it off a little bit with some fresh water. Oh, and the wind stopped, that's good. Alright, in the ports and everything, nice and clean. Now, gotta say, this isn't an ad, this isn't a sponsored video. Samsung did give me that phone for free, however, this umbrella's just broken. That's why I have the hat. However, I'm not getting paid for this video. I just thought it'd be interesting to talk about the slow motion features in the phone, because I love slow motion. As you know, I'm a time-lapse photographer. On the spectrum of time, we have time-lapse right here, which is speeding things up. Then there's real time, and here there's slow motion where you slow everything down. And these two ends of the spectrum, when combined in a clip or in an edit, combine really well. They work, they match, because I think what it does to the viewer is show them things that they think they know, but show it almost from a different dimension or with a different perspective by speeding up or slowing down, manipulating time, which is something that I'm just, I guess, a bit addicted to. Now, I want to talk about how this slow motion works in this phone, because it confused me a little bit at first, and maybe you will find this helpful. So there's two modes of shooting the 960 frames per second super slow motion. One is manual and one is auto. Actually, let's rewind. So the super slow motion only records in burst modes, because you can't process that amount of data continuously recording. So you got to trigger it somehow to go into that burst, and I think the burst is 0.2 seconds long. Now, when you're shooting in auto mode, you have a little square in the middle of your screen, and as you record and something moves in the middle of that square, the slow motion recording starts, and then it stops, and then on playback you have that slow motion bit in the middle of your video. Then the second way to record the super slow motion is in manual mode, where you start recording and then trigger manually when to record those bursts, and within one recording session you have X amount of bursts that you can roll, so that's pretty cool. Now, it takes some time getting used to, but when it works, it's amazing. And even though it's not full HD resolution, it's 1280 by 720 pixels wide and tall, it's still good enough to show you this hidden dimension that lies, you know, right before our eyes, but that we just can't see or process with our own brains and eyeballs. And I just really love that. Another thing the phone has for slow motion, but you gotta enable that in the settings, is normal slow motion, which now shoots at 240 frames per second as opposed to 120 on the previous phone in full HD. So that's 1920 by 1080 pixels. And I mean, you know, technology has come such a long way. I've got on the camera that I'm recording now, which costs, I bought it for 8,620 Australian dollars. It shoots full HD at 120 frames a second. So even that really expensive camera that costs 10 times this one doesn't even have 240 frames per second in full HD, which is really cool. You know, I'm not too much of a beach guy, but I can get used to this. Just the sand, you know, the sand and the wind, when it blows in your face and in your mouth, it's not ideal. And also, I got so many electronics. In this bag right here, I've got the EOS M50 that I'm shooting some stuff with, and I've also got my drone. Really wanted to fly the drone up today, but it's just too windy. There's so many whiteheads out. I know that when I fly the drone up, there's going to be more wind there, so that's definitely not going to be ideal. I'll just show you guys some footage that I shot yesterday for the circular polarizer filter on drones video. One more thing that I wanted to talk about is the frequency of videos on this channel. A while back I mentioned that I'm going to take it down to one video a week because I was going through a bit of a, I don't know if it's depression or burnout. I reckon it was a bit of a burnout, so I started seeing a counselor or a therapist, and that's really improved. And wind again. I feel like I've gotten back to where I was before that, and I've got the energy back, and it feels great. The reason I'm talking about this, by the way, is because I believe that we should talk more about mental health. I hate that it's a taboo or that people find it a bit weird. It's, you know, something that happens to pretty much everyone, and you can deal with it quite easily, and I find it sad when people feel that they can't talk about it. So yeah, if you're feeling a bit down or stressed or burnt out, whatever, go go see a doctor and be like, hey, I really would like to talk to a professional about how I feel mentally, and that's what I did, and honestly, it's, you know, it's helped me improve so much, and that's really great. Anyways, that's not what this video is about. I wanted to talk about the frequency of videos. So I went back down to 1 video per week, which is a bit limiting because there's sometimes I can shoot, you know, 2 videos a day. There's tutorials I want to make, there's vlogs and stuff, so I think I'm gonna go back up to 2 videos a week now. We're gonna take it easy, we're not gonna go back to 3 vids a week just yet. But yeah, 2 videos a week. I think a vlog and a tutorial per week should be good. If you're excited about that, or if you want to see it differently, I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Leave your opinion down below, that would be much appreciated. There's a seagull right here. There's another bird distracting me. Anyways, the conditions are getting worse with the wind and stuff. I'm gonna end it here. Thank you for tuning in. This was lovely. Had a lovely little monologue chat to you guys. Hope you had a fun time. Hope you're having a lovely Easter, even though this video probably airs weeks after Easter. This is our Easter holiday and I've been absolutely loving it. How good. Thanks for tuning in. I'll catch you guys hopefully on the next video. Goodbye.